the big beautiful bill.
Yeah, the big beautiful bill, and like his approaches, because they're talking about like, and I can't remember who. Maybe I should have noted that down. But they were talking about like everything that he's done right now. Yes, I mean it's affected us, the brown community, in a way, in a lot of different ways. But for the country, as what they're saying, it's like in a better position. And now with the cherry on top, which is now the big beautiful bill, right? So what are your thoughts on that, of what's been going on, what's actually happening, like factually, and then what can we expect with this whole bill and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, first of all, again, the big ugly bill, unfortunately, because again, this is not a beautiful bill. I respectfully have to disagree with that.
Mm.
Again, maybe we haven't experienced necessarily, firsthand in some ways, some of the issues, but you have like, for example, the situation that happened a little while ago with eggs. A simple grocery item that
It's like
was
$12.
$12 eggs. You couldn't find eggs. That's why I'm like, little by little, you
Yeah.
realize how these political decisions influence the day-to-day lives of people.
Yeah.
And again, working with the community and with different people, being blessed in this role, you in those conversations, different people, explain and break down, how it impacts such and such thing. For example, working with a lot of the people in like the health sector, you know, uh, uh, they'll share their perspective on the bill and like
Mhm.
how certain things are going to happen here. One big concern is its impact on Medicaid and how it's going to negatively impact it.
Yeah.
And a lot of what I heard from especially our people in the healthcare sector, and I take the healthcare sector as an example. Again, this can really be applied to any other stakeholder org that's really here that can talk about it. Because they put it in a really nice way. A lot of the people, what I heard was the way the bill was designed to impact was like this. Obviously, this wasn't done like just out of the whim.
Yeah.
Like this was done with
With intent.
with intent and with like razor thin accuracy. Like it's meant to hurt. The way it cuts
Mm.
and goes into budgets and it goes into things that like unless you're really in the weeds of these like organizations and understanding these grants and these funds, you wouldn't really worry about it. You would leave it to like X org to worry about. But the scalpel precision that they've taken to just hurt the day-to-day American really reflects just how bad the bill is. I mean, there's nothing really beautiful about it. I mean, you'll see it with, and again, this is taking the example of that party itself, the Republican Party. You saw how after they passed the bill, certain Republican legislators were like, "Oh, I wasn't aware that it impacted this or it
Yeah.
impacted that."
I did see that.
Wait, and now we want to put an amendment to take that away again because
Yeah.
it impacts everybody so badly. It's not a beautiful bill. On the contrary, it's a big ugly bill. And again, we at a state level we can only do so much to protect ourselves. And we're hoping that the bounce back from 2026 will help. But at least this bill right now, it's not what we
Mm.
want. It's not what we stand for. And even with our federal partners, we're going to continue to advocate against it.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to advocate for the things that it cuts and how it hurts the community because it hurts the community.
Yeah.
There's nothing beautiful about it.